All right. Welcome, traders. How are you guys? Excited to be with you. How you doing? Let's see who we got here. BMC. How you doing, man? All right, guys. Let's get started here. Welcome to the trading room. My name is Saul. Before we get started, remember, we're gonna be trading or approaching the market in live market conditions. So anything I say here or show here is not meant to be buy or sell signals on any instrument, any time frame. Do not follow along. I'll just want to show you the way I engage the market. I analyze the charts. I understand the markets, and hopefully you can take some of these principles to your own situation. So with that being said, Thomas, welcome. The Amateur FX. Hey, Ivan, Giuseppe. Good to see you all, guys. Polo, Salomon. With that being said, I want to discuss. Hello from Kenya. Hey, nice to have you. I want to discuss two things today. I'm about to pull the trigger. Okay, let me share my screen and I'll show you what I'm attempting to do. Okay, I know we want to start with gold, and gold has been, yesterday was like a crazy day for gold, and we saw it attempting, the 2000 levels, 2000-ish levels are all-time highs for gold. If we go even to, month, you can see, we've never been above 2000 levels, okay? And we have been around those levels since 2020. I don't know if prior to that, I don't think so. Yeah. But 2020 we were at 2000 level first time. Then almost 2 years ago again, last year, we attempted, we tested those levels. And yesterday, the way we or this year, the way we were approaching, those levels, the 2000 levels, looked like a more convincing way to approach it. It almost looked like this time it wanted to break to the upside, because if we see the way it approached prior times, we can see it came with slow volume to those levels, and of course the what rejected. But this time looked different. This time really, it came from a higher low. Okay, if we see on the dailies, so it kind of, buyers willing to push and to buy gold price at a higher level. And let me go again to the to the dailies, and really leaving behind very strong demand areas. Okay, so the bias is clear, the kind of the intention is there. Okay, we can see strong demand areas being formed, higher levels each time. Okay, we can see we had that one, that demand area, and then above that one we create a strong demand area. We visited that one and we haven't tested that demand area, so we have this demand area. So we came up to the 2000 levels, and it really looked after last Thursday, we closed above the level, okay, with a very bullish, solid buying day. And this was yesterday with the opening, or with the after the weekend. We have a fundamental attempt to break to the high side. And if we go and see how that was formed, we can see there was really intention to break to the upside. There wasn't compression. I always try to show you the way market approaches certain areas. So it's not only the area, but how the market went to that area. And we can see there was a strong movement, strong impulses to the upside. After this breakout right there, that's a clear demand area. Okay, that's like a fresh demand area. After that, we tend to expect or to see follow through after those strong impulses. And yet the breakout failed. Okay, not only that, there was, if we read this real time, we have this fresh demand area, and that could be also a demand area. So we retested the demand area. There was an opportunity to, from that level to continue, okay, to the reverse and continue to the upside, and that failed. Okay, that turned into we broke through, and then continuation that kind of turns into a supply area, okay, a swap zone. We tested the second area, and we also broke through. So this kind of changes the understanding of the market. Kind of, okay, there was an attempt. Okay, I don't know who was behind that. Okay, who pushed that money? Okay, or who pushed the money into the market to attempt to break to the upside, but there was no continuation. And with that, I understand now the market differently. Okay, kind of the momentum turns into bearish instead of being bullish. Now we have, instead of strong demand areas, we have strong supply areas being created at historical levels in the price. So if I had to I don't like these words like forecasting and so on, but the risk reward ratio, or there's a greater chance of this now turning down than continuing to the upside. Okay, the bias is still there. Okay, we do have clear demand areas we haven't tested. We see the intention of buyers being active in the market, but kind of feels like the opportunity to break and continue to the upside was there a couple of times, and both fails. So right now I understand this as a reversal pattern, as a topping pattern, and I'd be looking more to engage into short trades than long terms until I see a new buy signal, until we start testing maybe the untested demand areas, and maybe the momentum will turn again to the bullish side, and we might attempt to break to the upside as well. Now, if I zoom in even closer, if I go, for example, to the 5-minute chart, okay, we can really see these demand areas even better. The supply areas even better. Okay, we have that one, and we have that one. So now every attempt to break or any pullback towards those levels, I'll be more than happy to sell. Let me see how. And of course the very top. Although that movement, the first retracement to the downside, doesn't look as strong, but this one right here certainly looks better. So I guess as long as we're below that level, the supply area, my kind of bias for the short term is bearish. So from that, then I can go to lower time frames and start building like a position or a setup. The only challenge I have, and I was very keen on taking some trades on gold, the volume and the volatility has like disappeared completely. I really wanted to see a little bit more of volatility in the market, and now the impulses and the ranges have been so tiny, making very difficult to trade this. But let me see if there's something right now aligning. You see how we were, on a 1-minute chart, we were creating this compression, so that's a great selling opportunity. But all these ranges were less than around 300 points, which is what I usually expect to get. So I would really like this to increase a little bit, and then trying to engage into some shorts. So I'll keep an eye open on this. I have another setup open. So let me see a little bit of the chat from Cyprus, from Pakistan. Welcome, guys. All FOMO sellers near have gone with that week. No, probably the sellers are still there. Don't you think? Belfast, great to see you. Probability, hello, gold sell or buy. Yeah, so that's the dilemma, because from the dailies on a risk reward perspective, that's sell. But the bias is still there. Intraday trading momentum changes, and we can make, there will be opportunities on both sides. But if I'm looking at the dailies, I cannot go short right now on the dailies. You know what I mean? And also Bitcoin, that was of course a story, and we discussed that a little bit last week. The way we approach it, the supplier is still drawn here from last week. The drones are there, and we say, okay, we're approaching on a weak way. If buyers will come, that will be a statement, and the statement, we can see the statement. Okay, now we have the next selling or stopping area all the way to the 47,000, 48,000. So we have some room here to go. So any pullbacks, let me try to see that better. Okay, we have 1, 2 demand areas. So now pullbacks on the dailies are good opportunities to go long on Bitcoin, because I think the target is going to be all the way those levels. And now the fact that there was an opportunity to short, and there was slowing momentum into the selling area, and that failed, that's a statement to the long side. Okay, so that's important. And now I'm with AUDUSD. Let me walk you through. So again, these areas, these are all very old areas that we've drawn, prior sessions or something like that. We're coming from these demands, and then we slow down, we approach selling area. Now we're reacting from that selling area, and if we see the momentum even on the hourly or hourlies, we can see the momentum has right now to the downside. We have supply, and all this channel right here, all this area is a weak area. So I expect a little bit of pullbacks, but I don't expect these kind of support levels to stop that momentum. So a fair target would be probably that area. So we have room to go to the downside, and of course we have that demand, and of course the final target being down here. So I think the momentum right now, and there's good opportunities to go short also on AUDUSD intraday. And when we go to 5-minute charts, let me see if I can catch the breakout. Let's see if the breakout happens. Okay, because we've been okay. Let me go back to my analysis, and then we'll get back to this. On the 5-minute charts, so we see supply, and of course that's a great supply there over there. Supply consolidation, supply. Where are we? Supply consolidation, and that has been like the pattern. You see the sideways movements, impulse, sideways, impulse, sideways, and it really looks like it wants to break one more time to the downside. And given the context, it has the potential to continue lower. We said we shouldn't see a lot of support across that channel. So I expect this to continue a little bit lower. And when we zoom into that, in another account, I was just scalping this. That was fabulous, because that channel gave the opportunity to just sell. There was the range of that channel. It was more than enough. I'm usually looking for 3 pips. So every time we were touching this the top of the channel, I was just shorting. I'll be comfortable to keep shorting as long as we don't break that supply area. And this time it looked like it wanted to to break to the downside. I know traders. I know a lot of traders who are looking at this as opportunities to go long, grabbing liquidity over there, and this being considered as gaps, and the market will try to fill that gap. So actually going long there. and now attempting to go all the way to the, to filling that gap and trying to get all the way to the upside. So depending on how you approach the market, you will find opportunities to go, or signals or reasons to go long or to go short. Just the way I engage with the market, my bias right now is to the short side. So I'll try to stick to shorting opportunities more than long opportunities. This trade, I don't see a lot of reasons why holding it open above that level, and especially because what I understand, why I explain, if we do break that resistance level, we will most likely go all the way to that level. So there's no point on holding that open all that during that area. So I will close any trades around that area, and then depending on how we get to the supply area, I will short again. Now, where's my entry level? Thank you. Sorry, I got lost here. Thailand, Sri Lanka, welcome guys. Happy to see you here. My bias is still on. My bias is still USD sell. So if we pick USD buy. So you're saying AUD USD, your bias is buy. That's what you're saying, for example. And I agree. I think the bias is still there to the upside. We're coming from strong demands, and we should be going all the way to these levels. For example, AUD USD. But right now, the momentum, I see the momentum to the downside, and I don't see enough support here across this channel to suddenly turn this market. But the bias is long. Momentum right now, I see it short. That's why I'm looking for selling opportunities. Great addition to the platform, Bitcoin. Yeah, we already had traders passing the evaluation programs using trading both Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is exciting. Please make screen and as here we on, but we are not clear. Let me go maybe to this one. Maybe that will help. Philippines, welcome. Good morning. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Boot Camper here. Very cool live stream. Thank you, Brian. What about gold? Yeah, we just started with gold. So yeah, we started out with gold, with all the analysis. I would really like to see some, but I think maybe this is starting to come back a little bit. So we'll see how volatility starts to form here, and we must start engaging into some shorts as well. I just keep reading price action, seeing how how price action is forming. This kind of trade, what you just see me trading, is not a trade I tend to take many times. Usually I don't attempt to take the breakout. I try to wait for confirmations and then getting into the trade. But in this case, just seeing the amount of times the support has been tested, we just need a little bit of momentum to the downside, and the breakout might happen. So that's why I took a little short over there, but I'm willing to add into that position if it comes back to the upside. So let's see. And I just want to keep reading, the kind of the exactly that, the behavior of the market when it's approaching a lower level each time, to see the tick behavior and tick movement, trying to understand, okay, is it really going to break, or it's just going to fake out? And now the breakout, how the breakout happens is also important, because I want to see a strong breakout. Okay, in case that happens, if the breakout, if the breakout is a like a weak breakout, like a channel, then that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a new impulse, something like this strong impulse to the downside. That's what I'm looking to happen here, and then that will give me like extra confirmation, and then on any pullback, I'll be happy to add into that position. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on the trade. Okay, not much here. What's going on with gold? I'm happy that I'm aligned with the kind of trade I want to be taking, both gold and the AUD. I'm looking to go short on both of them, which makes my life easier. Nice 4-hour bottom week for gold. Let's look at that. Yeah, you mean that one? When you see any kind of candlestick pattern, it's worth going into lower time frames to see how that week or how that pattern was formed, because sometimes the same pattern on the larger time frame, it will look very, very different on the lower time frames. And depending on how it was formed on lower time frames, the same pattern sometimes is a bullish signal and sometimes is a bearish signal. So I'll try to give you an example. Shouldn't we wait for Joel's news that it might make market volatile? I didn't even look at news. Let me see. We're not going to Tuesday today. So we had cash rate. Yeah, now we have 30 minutes, half an hour until the news. Usually I try to be flat by news times. I don't like, it just breaks all my models. So hopefully by then we're going to be flat. This kind of, the services PMI and the Joel's job, they usually bring some volatility to the market, but you will not see like fresh movements being started because of those. But thanks for the heads up. So going back into the what I was explaining, we have this week on the 4 hours. Okay, so that by itself, like isolated, would be like a buying pattern, correct? But what you really want to go and check is how that was formed. Okay, so now this is the pattern. This is a weak movement to the upside. Okay, it's also a weak movement to the downside, but it's not a strong movement to the upside. So in order for this to be really a bullish pattern, there needs to be demand behind it. There needs to be like strong impulses behind it forming. So I wouldn't see this, by itself and say, okay, that's a bullish pattern, I'll go long. Because when you zoom in and you do some X-rays to the pattern, there, the price action is different. Okay, this is a weak movement to the upside. So this is very easily my turn to the downside. Just my 2 cents on that. Now, nothing happening here, huh? Just not moving. It's kind of move, pushing lower, but it's not, doesn't look at, maybe until the news, probably that's, probably closer to the news, it will eventually, finally break to the downside, or probably to the upside. I don't know, but probably until then we're gonna get stocked in the range. Let's see. US 30. Where is it? Yeah, US 30 has been a a persistent one. US 30, it had the opportunity. We're coming from strong demand. We slow down, and we slow down at selling areas, and at those levels we pushed up. Okay, similar to what we saw on Bitcoin. So that is a statement. That's a demand area. Let's see the breakout. Let's see how that was created. And I guess we're speaking about this. Okay, so that's the statement. That's the demand area. So now your bias is going to be to the upside, and we need to see if there's any supply left back there. So now what you want to do is you want to go back to those levels. Wait, where is it? Yeah. So those levels. And now you want to do, this same exercise of, okay, seeing how price going even to the hourlies and seeing how price was created over there and lost. Yeah, here. Now on the hourlies, we can see, okay, on the hours we can see we have a strong, okay, that was a strong supply. We have another nice supply area over there and over there, and right now we're at this supply area. So expect market to to slow down or to pull back or something, but not sure this is going to hold. And if that breaks, we're going all the way to that level and ultimately to that level. So now with that, we, at least for myself, I've established like a bias to the upside. Right now we said we're at a supply area, so that might give us the pullbacks we're looking before going long. Okay, so I'll be looking for opportunities to go long in the market, targeting last highs over there. That's the area of opportunity. But wordless man, you shouldn't be hitting 3% in a day. You shouldn't. Okay, woohoo! That's the break we're looking for. So finally, it's happening. Now, I want to keep an eye open in that breakout, because I don't want this to to leave a week. Okay, I don't want that. I want this to okay, that's new price action. I want to I will need to close this trade because that's a fake out. Okay, that was an opportunity to create really a breakout. Now I think I will need to close this this trade. Okay, you saw that, and usually when I see that, okay, that kind of fake out, okay, you saw live, you saw the opportunity. Is that news? What's that movement? Or just maybe the market opening. Usually the I will regret closing it. No, I can't. Most times I see this kind of weak to the downside. I see then continuation to the upside. Okay, so probably this time it will follow through to the downside, but just because of the kind of price action I saw on a 1 minute chart, I needed to close that trade because most times it continues to the upside. So now let's see. Now if it breaks to the downside, I'll look for another opportunity to join the movement. Don't worry. I'll look for a for a pullback, and I'll rejoin short. I just kind of scale out. Maybe I could have left a part of the position, but each candlestick gives you new information, and that candlestick, the fake out candlestick, told me, okay, I'm not yet willing to break. Usually what I want to see is a nice breakout, like this kind of candlesticks, these ones. Okay, bearish, strong bearish candles, and not fake out candles, not wicks on the bottom, on the top, on the bottom. And gold was on the AUD, and I was missing the movements here. While taking a trade on gold, you have a look at the chart correlation, try to put something that works. Jayhawk, so usually it's around 50% of the dollar index is built or formed by euro. So usually dollar index, it will be highly correlated or inverse correlated to euro USD, and I don't find it as a great indication against gold, but it's a very good one. It's very correlated to euro. Consider give weekly payout to the funded traders. All funded traders need this. Yeah, that's something it's somewhere in the pipeline. Trying to improve that the payout cycle, but we have so many things to develop, and there's a lot of repercussions behind of scenes when give it the payout, because that increase the amount of fees we pay to the payout processors. But if we can make the numbers to make sense, that's something we will be looking to introduce. Yeah, and it's not there, huh? It's just not following through to the downside. Just isn't. It looks like it wants to start like pressing to the downside. Cool. Now that's some momentum to the upside. I'll keep that in. I'm reading this real time, because if suddenly we do see a break, of these levels, then now my bias and momentum will be aligning to the upside. So I'll be looking to, to switch into the long side. Right now, momentum is to the downside, so that's what I'm looking. I was looking for short opportunities, but if this changes in behavior and I see momentum change to the upside, then I'll join that momentum. So, Care Healing, we just look at USD 30, and yeah, I established my bias would be to the upside. We have nice demand and we have nice demand over there. Now I'll have to look like a pattern or a reason to go long. So I'll be looking to around this area. I'll be looking to go long. Okay, we see now the momentum to the downside, but the bias is to the upside. Okay, we said demand, and we're just about to test that. So I'll read price action around supply area, about around demand area. I'll look for buying opportunities. If that fails, I'll need to close to see if there's another buying opportunity at that demand area. If that one fails, that'll be where the statement was made. If that one breaks to the downside, there's nothing left. Okay, that will go down again because there's nothing here. This is just weak movement, weakness. So right now approaching demand area very, very strong. I'll need to look for bottoming patterns or like a slowing momentum, and then I'll look for buying opportunities. Again at the bottoms. Will we break? It's playing with us, huh? The market is playing us. Gold reversal. Buy it, guys. Go to 2051. Yeah. Gold has that final demand area. So that's the area where it might bring some buyers in. But it will struggle now to to go easily to the upside. We said we have strong supply areas. Right at 2051, we have that supply area. So I don't know. I would really like to see a turn in momentum before going long. Right now, momentum is also very bearish. That's just my reading. US 30. I think what I'll do, I'll start building like long term, kind of longer term opportunities. I'll build one around this area and one about that area. That'll be my come on. Okay, I'll start now. And I'll be slowly adding into this position. Remember, momentum is still to the downside, so that's what I want to, start very, very slow. Okay, that's my first entry. Then my second entry will be within the demand area. And I will see how price behaves there, and I'll be looking for the turn. If there's a good opportunity to buy again, or like patterns, reversal patterns here, I'll be adding, and then I'll be scaling out a little bit, if it breaks to the downside, and that will be my my last buying area. Okay, as long as price is above that level, my bias is still there. Okay, based on the dailies. So we'll see what happens with them. But I will not manage these ones as scalpings. I'll manage them as kind of swing trades, differently to what I was looking to do with my gold and my AUD trades. We'll see. Phoenix, well said. Okay. So what we got? AUD kind of pressing lower, but not convincing, right? It's if you're not both sides, you're in a short, you're in profit in drawdown, profit in drawdown, profit in drawdown. Same if you're long, you think it's going to fly up and it reverses on you. So let's see if we can finally establish an impulse, okay, a movement to the downside. Okay, that's the one. I like it. I like that one. Let's see. I wanted to continue to hold. Last time, I attempted to do the same and it just reversed completely. So let's see if we can have continuation. Nice. And gold, the same, huh? Flying down. Now, right now, that's the opportunity. That's when, I wait for a... Okay, I'm anticipating this to become a new supply area. That looks like it really looks like news behavior. It's not usual behavior. Like usually these spikes in volatility are around news. I don't know if there's something going on right now, because we have 15 minutes to news. See if there's something else. No, I don't know. That was a clear break. There was no follow through, but that was a clear break. And then suddenly you have this kind of candle. So volatility is nice right now, but it's it's very, how to call it, like very misleading. Yeah, but the PMI, we got 15 minutes for PMI. That's like, maybe there was like a leak or something. I don't know. I can't explain that, that volatility otherwise. I don't know. I'll leave it alone for a minute to see what happens. What about US 30? Yeah, kind of the opposite reaction, I guess. Now this will find some resistance around those levels. If it can break that resistance level, this is kind of like a gap. Okay, there shouldn't be a lot of resistance across this impulse, and we should find ourselves at the top of that. But first, we need to break that level. There was a PMI that 3 minutes ago. Where do you? There you go. The final services PMI. Okay, that was a yellow event, like a low impact event. I'm surprised it brought that volatility to the market. Market usually don't react that much to low impact news. Yep. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah. Thanks for the. Yeah, so gold right now with that break, okay, with that news, okay, broke the support. It was trading, and it met and stopped exactly at the demand. You see the demand we set here. So now it's a question of, does this demand hold? Because if it breaks through that demand, there's you can see there's nothing else. It will just continue lower and lower. There's nothing else back here to stop that. So let's see how price action is. Momentum is to the downside on gold. Okay, that's the area. That's the demand area. 500 points. Let's see if it holds or breaks. Yeah, I'm considering staying through the news. Just to see the reaction. Again, the that news, usually brings volatility, but not like a trend initiator. Okay, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to the US 30 as well, to see if it's going to break to the upside or to the downside. We'll see. So what you say, guys? We stay on for the news to see what happens. I'll leave AUDUSD. It's just giving me too much of a headache. And gold has been more predictable. Gold has been doing more what we. Yeah, absolutely. Gold can continue easily down. Like momentum is clearly to the downside. The demand area has been tested already, and we already reacted to it. Okay, we already have one test and reaction. And now we're like penetrating the demand area. Okay, we're not at the bottom of the demand area, so there might be buying activity across it, but it has a lot of chances to continue down. So let me just bring USD30 here. Okay, back to resistance. Let's see if we can break it. If we can take the resistance, we should find ourselves all the way to okay, let's see. Okay, we're kind of breaking. Let's see if we can fill that. Five minutes for the news. We'll stay. We'll see what happens. If we can get into the news in the money, that would be priceless, because then we can adjust our stops and whatever, and just expect for a positive movement to our trade. But if it goes back to entry levels or drawdown, then I'll manage it more like long term, I think. Gold. I hate watching news with trades open, but let's see. It's small positions, and we'll see what's the reaction. And if it breaks down, I'll just manage it as a long-term trade. That area. We'll see. Gold, AUD. Maybe let's have this one. There we go. What we got? We have 2 more minutes, guys. Let's see what happens. Where's the music? The background music. Where is it? Sell on Nasdaq. We didn't look at Nasdaq, but I guess I don't have it open here. One more minute. Let's see. Remember, gold is at demand area. So this kind of news is a great, that's the news at the demand areas. Those are, great opportunities for fresh demand to be formed. In case of gold, to fly up. And then we'll just see the reaction, and then we'll end the session. Here we go. Let's see. Let's take it. I'm getting slipped. There we go. So gold at demand, creating potentially fresh demand. Okay, let's see if there's really, follow through. Okay, it's not yet decided. Ideally, we want to see continuation. Then that would be the confirmation of a fresh demand. AUD did the same. Is it right? Yeah. Fresh demand being formed. And and I just close my trades because I expect the the same price action I'm seeing here and here. It's not quite clear here. That was more hesitant. So yeah, it was around the target area, so it's fine. And now that was a good reaction. This is, I love after news, having this confirmation, waiting for pullbacks, and adding into the long. Okay, guys, that was fun. Thanks for, as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Catch you next week. Thank you, guys.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and most of all, go into the YouTube and check our other content that we provide here at The 5ers. We'll see you in the next one.